Greetings and thank you for making the time today. My name is Nthabiseng Mohale and I'm the head of payments at Standard Bank Transaction Banking. I'll be facilitating a series of conversations with my colleagues looking at the evolution of payments in Africa and globally. Today I'm joined by my colleague Nthabiseng Mohale, who is the head of Interbank and domestic payments in our transaction banking business in South Africa. Nthabiseng, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Andres, for having me.
Nthabiseng, I think the topic of payments is quite topical at the moment. And looking at Africa and globally, what do you believe has led to the mobile payments growth in the continent?
I think there are a couple of factors which has led to the growth of mobile payments. One being the infrastructure that we have in the continent as compared to what the global markets or global countries have in terms of facilitating transactions. Two, it has been the cost associated with facilitation of transaction. Mobile payments came in at a more affordable pricing point than what we traditionally have with our traditional bank account and what is then available in the global markets. The third point is that from an Africa continent perspective, we receive a large sum of funds into the continent. So there's inflows that comes into the continent, and the mobile payments actually enable instant payments for those inflows that comes in through other global countries or any other country that's sending the financial flows to support their families, to enable businesses. But the other part has been the requirement of opening a mobile wallet or mobile payment. It has been easier than what is required from a traditional bank account perspective, where there's no need for me to validate the actual proof of address. It's not as inhibiting as what would have been provided if you wanted to open a traditional bank account. And some of the people within the African continent do not have the necessary information to provide to the financial institution. Hence, in Africa, mobile payments actually was growing because of the needs, the unique needs that we have, and enabled us to do instant payments between each other.
Great. And maybe just your reflection, bringing it a lot closer to home. In South Africa, we've launched PayShap as an instant payment rail. I mean, your sense around the take-up, the adoption in South Africa relative to, again, East Africa and West Africa. Where do you think we are well placed there?
I think our uptake, we are not as where the East Africa is from a South Africa perspective. And I think it's the design in which we enabled PayShap. Because once again, we did the mistake of just enabling it for people that are digital savvy, that understand the digital world. We enabled it without understanding that there is a need for other store value, which is the mobile payments. And the channels that we enabled PayShap in from a South African perspective, I think we excluded the mess or the other segments within the consumer, such as we should have led with the USSD, which is in East Africa. They actually led the USSD as a platform or as a channel that they enable this faster payments. And I think from a South African perspective, we just took what somebody who's digitally savvy, who understands banking, and we implemented or delivered that first instant of PayShap without understanding that we actually need to think a bit more about those merchants, about those individuals that are not really tech savvy, that do not even have a banking app. How would they actually benefit from this instant payment? It's a good payment system to have. For us, we see it as a game changer in the banking space. It's a game changer that will actually enable us, as I've said previously, to actually integrate mobile wallets as well as traditional bank account. It's the infrastructure that we need. So I think from a South African perspective, there's still a long way for us to go. There's still channels that we need to enable. We still need to also ensure that the client journey, when they access this particular payment, it's actually simplified, which I think in the Eastern Africa, they've done that.
Thank you, Nthabiseng. This has been a very insightful conversation. Really appreciate the insights. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Andres, for having me.